Hello and welcome to my channel and welcome to this lecture series on data structures. This is lecture number 2 wherein we are going to look at what is algorithm and what is pseudocode. So let's see first what we mean by an algorithm. Algorithm is a finite step-by-step list of well-defined instructions for solving a particular problem. So typically, if we would like to solve a problem, what we do is, first of all, we write an algorithm. So it is a step-by-step procedure in terms of well-defined instructions to solve a problem. Usually, or rather, it is very essential that algorithm is independent of any programming language. So while writing the algorithm, we are listing the procedure step by step, but we should make sure that the syntax of any particular language, programming language, is not being reflected in the algorithm. So if I'm writing the algorithm, then any person should understand what is the procedure to solve that particular problem. See, for example, in view of data structures, if we would like to write the algorithms for various operations to be performed on data in data structure, then we can list out few of the operations as inserting a new item or searching for a particular item or sorting the items. So these are the operations those we are going to perform on a data structure. So if we are talking about a particular data structure, say linked list, then if I'm having a linked list like this, and if I would like to add a node into the linked list, then how to insert a new item into the linked list? There is a specific procedure to do that. So I will be writing that procedure into the algorithms in the form of well-defined instructions. Similarly, if I would like to search the item in the list, then also I'll be writing the algorithm for this searching process. So if I would like to sort the items, the systematic way of sorting the items in the list in the form of the algorithm. So let's see now what is pseudocode. Pseudocode is one of the most common tools for defining algorithms. It is part English, part structured code. Pseudocode is an English-like representation of the algorithmic logic. The English part provides a relaxed syntax that describes what must be done without showing unnecessary details such as error messages. The code part consists of an extended version of the basic algorithmic constructs, say sequences, selection, iteration, and so on. Now, let's see how to write a pseudocode systematically. So the same process we are going to follow in the entire lecture series on data structures for writing various algorithms, right? So we will be having one block here. The first statement of the block is algorithm and name of the algorithm, and the last statement in this pseudocode is end and name of the algorithm. So here we are trying to write the algorithm to search an element or the data item in the list. List is in the form of an array. So see here, we are writing the keyword algorithm. Name of the algorithm is search, and in parentheses we are providing the arguments. Here we are having three arguments or parameters, list, target, and location. The last statement is end and the name of the algorithm, that is search, right? So this entire block will represent the pseudocode. So as I stated, this algorithm is trying to search the item in the list or array. So this is the list, right? So this is denoted as list, and we would like to search for the data item, which is denoted here as the target. Okay, and location is the third parameter that will provide us the index of the target element in the list if it is found. Otherwise, it will provide us the index of the last element in the list, right? Now, while writing the algorithm, we will be having four important things to be mentioned. First is the purpose of the algorithm, next is the precondition, then the post condition, and the return condition. Right? Now, what is the purpose? So, purpose is the short statement about what the algorithm does, right? So, this particular statement is the purpose here. So, purpose of this algorithm is search array for specific item and return index location. Next is the precondition. So what is precondition? Precondition typically lists any precursor requirements for the parameters. So we are sending the parameters list and target. So list is the data array to be searched, and target is the data item to be located or to be searched in the list. So what is the meaning of this list? What is the meaning of this parameter target? That we need to mention here in precondition. And location parameter would be used to store the outcome, and that is why in post condition we are identifying any action taken and the status of the output parameter. So location being the output parameter, we are mentioning the meaning of this location in this post condition. So please note here that the list and target are the input parameters and the location is the output parameter. In post condition, we have written that location contains matching index. So if the target is found, then whatever is the index of the target in the array, that would be stored in location, or if the target is not found, then the last index would be stored in the location. So that is the output parameter. Then if the algorithm returns something, then that needs to be written in this return condition, right? So the value returned by the algorithm is identified by this return condition. So we are having here the return value in the algorithm. So found is the flag, and this found flag would be set to true if the data element is found, and it would be set to false if the data element is not found in the array. So this is how we are writing purpose, precondition, post condition, and return condition in the algorithm. So this is the initial block of the algorithm that actually gives the enough information about the input parameters, output parameters, and the return condition. Now, next we will be listing the logic for searching in this algorithm in this systematic way. So all these instructions, so we are providing here the instructions, and all these instructions or all these statements are being numbered. See here 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so all these statements are being numbered, and as mentioned earlier, we are not following any particular syntax of any particular programming language. However, we will be using some constructs for writing the pseudocode. Okay, now what we want is, I'll explain you the logic what actually we are going to do, and then we'll look at the steps those we have written. So this is our array list. Okay, so let us assume that we are having the array like this, and the elements in the array are say 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Let's assume that our target is 40 that we would like to search for in this list. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to begin with the very first index. So in array, the initial index is 0, right? So we require some running variable to iterate through this entire array, and that is why we need to have the running variable that should be initialized to 0. So the first statement in this pseudocode is set looker to 0. So looker is our running variable and it is initialized to 0. Now in the second statement we are having the loop. So loop and end loop is the construct. So this loop is the statement that iterates a block of code, right? So this statement need to be iterated or need to be repeated, and that is why we are having this iterating construct in the pseudocode. So see here, the statement number for loop is being provided as 2, and for end loop it is being provided the next number 3, right? Inside this loop once again we'll be having some block of statements. So each statement in the block is also been numbered. So for the sake of simplicity, inside the block we are numbering the statements beginning with 1. Okay, but please understand this one is actually 2.1, right? Now see here, in this loop we are having two conditions, not end of list and target not found. So what does this mean? See, we are beginning from this 0th index. Okay, so the element at the 0th index is 10. Okay, so we'll be comparing this element 10 with our target. Okay, and this is one condition, whether target is found, yes or no, true or false. And also another condition that we are checking is not end of list. Now we are at this position right now in the loop. Okay, so so not end of list, yes it is not end of list, so it is true. And target not found, yes, target is not found, it is also true. So both true, true and true. So it will enter into the loop. So increment the looker. So target is not yet found and we have not yet reached to the list, end of the list, and that is why we need to go to the next location. So increment the looker. Now here once again the conditions are being checked. So not end of list, true. Target not found, true. So increment the looker. So once again 30 is being compared with the target. Not end of list, true. Target not found, true. So once again, as both the conditions are true and we are making use of logical and, the looker gets incremented to this 40. Once again, the target is being compared with this element 40. This time target is found, right? So what will happen now? Not end of list, true. Target not found, false. So one condition is false, right? And that is why now it will not enter into the loop. However, it will come out from the loop, right? So after coming out from the loop, this location will be assigned the value of the looker. So what is the value of looker here? 0, 1, 2, 3, the index value, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So 40 is at third place. So here in this statement number 4, what will happen? Set location to looker. So here whatever is the value of the looker, in our case it is 0, 1, 2, 3. So that value would be assigned to this location. Now in statement number 5 we are having the selection statement, right? So see here we are following some construct here for selecting uh, or evaluating the condition. If the condition is true, then we will carry out some task, and if the condition is false, then else we will be doing some other part, or other will be executing or will be following some other block of code, right? And for this if we are having the end if. So kind of a construct is known as the selection construct, right? So we are selecting, depending upon the condition, we will be undergoing some block of code, right? So if target is found, then the flag found is set to true, otherwise it is set to false. Okay, now once done, see the statement number 8, we are returning found. So found is the flag that we are going to return. See here we have mentioned it in the return condition, true if found, false if not found. So we are sending true or false, returning true or false. So here we are returning this found. So found will either be true or false, right? So this is how we are writing the pseudocode. So this pseudocode actually depicts the entire logic, right, to perform the task. And we are having some constructs, those we should make use of independent of any programming language. So this is how we are going to write a pseudocode. So have a look once again the way how we are writing the pseudocode, the notations those we are making use of, right? So we are having the purpose, precondition, postcondition, and return condition. Every statement in algorithm is given a number, right? We are having several constructs. We are having a loop that iterates a block of code. We are having the selection statement like if, else, and if. And this if statement evaluates a condition and executes accordingly. We are having the last statement return. So it is optional actually. If the algorithm returns something, then only we'll be writing the return condition and also the return statement. If the algorithm is not returning anything, then we may omit the return condition and the return statement. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and happy learning. Please subscribe the channel, like, comment and share. Thank you.